A name that you didn't mention when you named a couple of those superstars, and a spot where I actually was right, and I'm ready to take my victory lap now, is the performance of Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. And I have not been the biggest fan of Trae in the past. I didn't have him as an all-star this season, and I will steadfastly stand behind the opinion that his defense is simply not good enough to win a title. But he was awesome, straight up, and has definitely even used this stage and this series to evolve himself as a player. He was able to hide on a Knicks team where they just cannot play good offense and then completely take over games and control the rhythm and tempo. And it was so fantastic to watch him. He was embracing the villain role, hits that last shot, and just takes a bow in the center of MSG. You know, he had that line loaded up for hours saying, I know where I'm at. It's a show. That's how they end the show, right? Fantastic. Just French kiss, moi, perfection. And Atlanta showing the depth of talent on this team and a number of different guys who can all score. That was one of the calling cards of the Toronto Raptors championship team that we love so much. Every one of those guys in their top seven could go get you a bucket in one way or another. Even if it was Danny Green, he had some deceptive ability to take guys off of attacking a closeout or even posting up a smaller defender, and everyone else on that Raptors team could create a bucket at some point if need be. And that's what this Atlanta Hawks team feels like a little bit. The only guy who's really super dependent is Clint Capella, but he just plays his role so perfectly and knows exactly what he does well. And I am really, really looking forward to this second round series against the Philadelphia 76ers, who dispatched the Washington Wizards without Joel Embiid yesterday, and maybe without him for the first couple games of this series, and being diagnosed with a meniscus tear, something I had about a month ago. And I am very familiar with it. It feels like your leg is kind of locked up almost because it's swollen. And it's something that you can definitely operate through, but it is painful and it is debilitating and limits the amount of mobility and strength that you have. And so if you're Embiid, obviously you're probably still the best player in this series, even at 90%, at 80%, but you run the risk of re-aggravating that injury and making it worse. And then you take yourself out of this series. So it's going to be very, very fascinating to see how Philadelphia deals with this. This is one of their best shots to win a title because of their side of the bracket and the Hawks team that is objectively weaker than Milwaukee or Brooklyn. And you know, the winner of that series is going to have some cuts and bruises. So it's set up well for Philly, but really worrisome with the Embiid injury. I went on tangent there. We'll get back to the Philadelphia Atlanta preview here. If Embiid plays, then obviously advantage Sixers. They're the stronger team, number one seed, home court advantage, deeper, just more top end talent. But I think Atlanta actually matches up well against this team. Trae Young, you can hide on either a Matisse Thybulle or even a Seth Curry if he's not activated in the offense. And then on the other side, Clint Capella is as good a defender you could probably have for Joel Embiid. Maybe doesn't have the same mass, but he is a rim protector and he is a guy who can bang down low. And then you just got a ton of talent at other positions that can score and light it up. And Philadelphia is a great defensive team and will do a great job stopping the head of the attack with Trae Young. But Bogdanovich, Herter, Gallinari, Hunter, Lou Williams even are all guys that can create, and their talent's pretty deep. And I could see them giving Philadelphia a run for their money. I would still pick Philadelphia in 6, but Atlanta, I think things are shaping up. If this Embiid injury gets a little bit worse, they could be in a position to make it to a conference finals, which is bizarre to think about after where we had them pegged at the beginning of the season.